Do you have projects that never end? Not because you're procrastinating, but because somehow they just kind of turn into part of your life. Sometimes they go away and they come back, and then sometimes they just never really go away. When I looked at my list of projects, I realized they weren't all the same kind of hanging around or stuck or returning. So I started to try to figure out how are they similar and how are they different? Because that's what I do. I tend to categorize things. But naming why something got stuck is helping me feel like I'm not failing and hopefully will get me back on track. Hi, I'm Em. I talk about systems and processes and how we can make them work in our real lives. In this video, I'm going to talk about 4 kinds of videos that I've not been able to get rid of. Maybe you can relate. Ones that need to be reworked, ones that need to be rebranded, ones that have been done but need to get redone, and then ones that just keep sinking to the bottom of the list and I've not done them. Reworked. Sometimes we finish the thing and it still doesn't seem finished because it's not working for you. My example for this is my upstairs organization project. I have this little office in this half of the upstairs, and then that half is storage. It's my pantry, it's my bathroom cabinet, it's my hall closet, and I think I missed something there. It's all the storage in the house because it's a little house, and downstairs there's just no storage. I successfully organized it. I've got shelves everywhere and the shelves are all full. So I checked the project off. Unfortunately, I still don't know where anything is. I kind of know that that's the pantry section, and I kind of know that that's the bathroom section, and I kind of know that's the linen section, and I kind of know that's the bags and luggage kind of section. But when it comes time to find something, I still don't know if there's stuff here because we still have stuff in a storage unit from when we made a big move and had a bigger house. I have a new project on my list. It's called Locate and Label, because when I did the upstairs project, yes, that was finished, but it still is not getting me the results that I need from upstairs being organized, which is where to find stuff. Can I walk upstairs and find it, or do I need to go to the storage unit and find it? So the first step will be to locate and label what is in the upstairs, and then an extension of that will be, once I do some organization in the storage unit, that as well, and the garage too, but I'll save that for another one. The key insight there was the project wasn't wrong, what I needed out of it was wrong. Rebranding. Sometimes there's projects you never start for a myriad of reasons. They're too vague, they're too heavy emotionally, mentally, you don't know where to start. So I'm going to give you a great example of this one. One of the things that I've known for years that I need to do is put something together so that if something happens to me, my husband knows what's happening, vice versa, or if something happens to both of us, somebody knows what's up. I have come across this Peace of Mind planner by Clever Fox. Now, they did send it to me to check out, and I am excited about getting started on this project now. Now, maybe excited is a little heavy-handed, but I am looking forward to working my way through this. So the insight here is I just, again, needed to rebrand it. And it's not that I'm doing this heavy thing, it's that, ooh, I've got this new tool that I'm excited about. And sometimes that's enough to get a project back in motion. And I'll keep you updated on how it's going, because it looks like it's going to be pretty cool. The ones that just keep coming back, the boomerang projects. This year, one of my first projects that I tackled was my paper systems in order. My mail and receipts and just all the physical paper that accumulates that's not attached to a nice coil in, say, a spiral notebook. You'll notice now on my project list, I have paper systems reestablished. So yes, I did a great job of it in January, maybe lasting into February. I started a YouTube channel and, things got a little chaotic. I did not have the maintenance pieces in place to keep it together. I didn't spell out how I was going to continue, how I was going to keep it from becoming a project again. So yes, I got the papers in order, but I need to now have a way to make them continue to be in order on a regular basis going forward. Insight here is that when you have something is going to continue, you need to plan for its continuation. You need to plan the maintenance step for the upkeep of what's going to come at you going forward. And then there's the ones that you just need to devote time to. They just keep sinking to the bottom of the list. Maybe it just takes a Saturday. Maybe it takes an hour a week. I don't have the answer for these because I've got a few of these. One of them is my garage. You've probably seen garage organization on every list I've ever put out. And same thing with like cloud storage. I have, Dropbox and Google Drive and iCloud, and stuff from these years is in this one and stuff from those years is in that one, and this area of my life is over here. I need to organize that. Sometimes when we're not doing these things, it's not affecting our life enough to make it worthwhile to spend the time to do it. I've come up with a couple questions lately. Being a gardener, um, is anything going to die? Or having pets, is anyone going to be harmed or hurt or sad? You know, and yes, this applies to people too. But sometimes all we can do is triage, and there's not going to be enough time to do everything we would like to do. The insight here, I'm going to borrow some of the stuff from the Locate and Label project. I'm just going to have to start doing a little at a time here and there. Not that I necessarily always have time to devote to the garage organization project, but when I go in the garage and find the reciprocating saw, I'm going to write down in a specific place where I got it and put it back in the same place, or write down where I put it back so that the next time I need it, I can find it. And yes, eventually I'll build all those beautiful shelving units that I bought that are waiting to be assembled and find the right place for everything. But until that time, at least I'll try to make it a little bit more workable. And I don't know what the right answer is going to be for the cloud storage. Maybe I can come up with a version of that does the same thing. If you have any suggestions, let me know in the comments below. My answer for these types of things, for these catch-up projects, used to always be summer. When I was a teacher, summer was when you did things. Well, now I thought, well, when I retire, surely I'll have time for all of this. The truth is, we're never going to have time for all the things that we want and need to do. So it's always going to be some level of triage. But hopefully this has given you some ideas. And if you'd like to keep exploring how these systems actually work, or how to actually work with things like this, I've got a couple other videos that I will point you to over here.